Today we're going to look at 10 most common mistakes even native speakers make. This is my friend Lana, and she is a native speaker and she's also an English teacher. So Lana, let's start with the first one, and that is?
We have there, and there.
They all sound the same.
All sound
to
the
me.
same.
So how do you know?
So there, this is a location. This you can ask yourself where. It's over there. And those two words sound very similar. They
And
be
they
like
end
brothers.
with the same letters.
Exactly. Yep.
All
So
right.
you can ask yourself where. Next one we have there. This is ownership. This one ends in R, just like the word owner ends. So you can ask yourself their hair, their car, their cat. These are all things that that person owns, like an owner.
A great tip, RR at
Yeah.
the end. And there, like
There.
they are.
Yep, this is a contraction. You have to ask yourself, they are, and then use the apostrophe as glue, and you could put it together, make it a contraction, there.
Most common mistake number 2.
We have then and than. These sound a bit similar, but they're different words. Then, it's THEN, which you can think of next. It's going to be the next one. Then this is gonna happen. Then she's gonna say that.
So there's the letter E in the word next and also in then. So easy to remember. EE, that's when you mean the next one.
The next one.
Then. And the other one,
We have than.
say it again.
Than.
So it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's longer than the previous one, which was then. This one is than. And we use this for comparison. So when we compare two things, we normally need two. This and the other. This sounds similar to the word than, so and than. The word and has a, and the word than also has a. They both use a, and they sound similar.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay, we have your and your.
Now those two sound the same.
Yeah, exactly the same.
How do you know the difference?
So sometimes I confuse these two, much like the average native speaker does. And when we want to use the word your for ownership, we have to ask ourselves, is it going to be ownership of something, like your mom is going to the market? Otherwise, we're going to use your as in the contraction you are. You are going to the movies. You have to ask yourself, are you doing something or is it ownership? That's when you can use the contraction. So next we have it's and its, and they sound the same. People can understand from the context, but when you're writing, you have to be really careful because they're very different on paper. It's the first one. This is an ownership word. We use this when we're describing something as owning something. So we can use a car, for example. Its tires, its seats, its windshield, its color, its speed. Okay, so the next one we have is its. This is the contraction of it is, and use the apostrophe to glue it together. So it is snowing. It is sunny out. It is raining. It's snowing. It's sunny out. It's raining.
Number 5.
We have two, and two. All sound the same, different meanings. So the first one, to, when we want to talk about going in a direction, and you're pointing somewhere, you can think of the word arrow, which has one O. So does the first two as well. So to, arrow, to. The next two we have is the number 2. And normally we don't get this one confused because it's one of the first words we learn at school.
Right, and you memorize how to write it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just memory at this point. So we use this when it's more than enough, more than normal, with 2 O's. So
more than one.
more than one, exactly. So it's too long, it's too expensive, it's too hot, it's more than normal. So you have to add another O. This one also has another meaning, like an add-on. So if it's, you're going to the movies, me too, it's an add-on, you add one more O. Okay, so number 6, most common mistakes that even native speakers make. We have whose and whose.
Now that's a difficult one.
Yeah, because they sound the same, but they have different meanings.
It's about the spelling again.
So the first one is a contraction. You need to think to yourself, who is? Who is going? Who is mad at me? Combine them with the apostrophe, glue it together, who is. So the next one we have is whose. This one is longer in writing, and also you can think of the tip as it takes longer to find who the owner is. So whose shoes are these? Whose car is that?
Whose car is this, Eddie?
We're wondering, it takes longer, so you think of it that way. Number 7 most common mistake is who or whom. When do we use which one? So this time they sound different, so that's not the problem. It's the usage here, when to use which one. So who is a subject? Whom is an object. Who is the doer? Who is coming to the movies with me? Who ate my pizza? You want to know who the doer is. Whom, this is about the object, not the doer, but the object. To whom was this letter addressed? Whom will I go to prom with? I'm going to prom, but with whom?
So Lana, number 8.
Okay, next we have doing good and doing well.
For most people, they both sound okay.
One is grammatically correct, one is grammatically incorrect. Can you guess which one? Good describes a noun. This is an adjective, so you need to have a noun following it. Good teacher, good car, good outfit. Whereas well is an adverb. This describes a verb, so you add it to a verb. For example, do well, drive well, sing well. These are adverbs, you're adding them to a verb. And now you know why doing good is actually not grammatically correct. We should say do well.
Number 9, choose or chose.
So choose, this has 2 O's in it. And you can think of it like, ooh, I get to choose something, like a kid in a candy store, ooh.
And that's in the present.
That's in the present, that's right now. You get to choose now.
So double O, choose is the present form.
Yes. And then chose, that's in the past. That has 1 O, it's one situation, it already happened, you chose.
Number 10 most common mistake is
A part, which is 2 words, or a part, which is 1 word. Now these sound very similar, but they have total opposite meanings. So a part is an article with a word. This means that it's like a member or a fragment of something. You want to be a part of the family, or it is a part of the book. The other one is apart. This is the total opposite. It means to break away. You want to be apart. So when you apply to a company or apply for a job, you need to know exactly what to write. I want to be a part of your company, not I want to be a part of your company.
Thank you for watching, and leave a comment if you can think of any more common mistakes. Also, like and subscribe to my channel for more is coming.